Hey, this is Bruce Cook. In this video, I'm just going to talk about how well this Planket Frost Protection blanket has done. After this past, I can't remember how long ago the last video I made on this was. Last at least week. So let me get in here first. So since the last video I made, we have had, so it must have been at least a week and a half ago, because I know we have had a few nights where the temperature had dropped as low as 30 degrees. We've had several nights that dropped as low as 27 degrees. We've had a few nights where it dropped as low as 25 degrees. And I'm just going to let you know how well this blanket did at keeping my plants alive. So as you can obviously see, my plants look very much alive. Now, that's not to say there wasn't any damage done. So there was, I think, 3 plants that actually did have leaves that had some burn from the cold getting through. So I watched recently a video, somebody featuring this Planket, and I think they said that this thing is rated to be enough to preserve warmer temperatures up to he said 5 to 10 degrees, something like that. So 25 degrees is pushing that limit. So I'll show you. There was only one plant that I had that actually lost all its leaves. That was this one right here. As you can see, there is no leaves on there. That was yesterday morning. I had to pull the dead leaves off. They were all shriveled up from burn from getting too cold. So it was early in the morning, yesterday morning, that I discovered that that's one of my Primatali plants. I'm hoping that there is some baby leaves down there. I'm hoping this thing can bounce back for me. And there was, I'm trying to remember which plant it was. There was a red ghost pepper plant that I had to pull. I think it was it's one that doesn't have a label in it. I think it was actually this one. You can actually see some of the dead leaves in there. But the plant, for the most part, is looking pretty good. So that's this one right here with this stake. There was a few on that, and then this morning I went ahead and pulled off a couple lingering dead leaves off of one of these. I think it might have been this one. Yeah, it was the one with the with no leaves at the end of it. But there was literally only like 3 leaves on there. But other than that, Planket brand Frost Protection blanket did a pretty good job. So I've only had these plants out here for less than a total of 3 weeks. So they're young. They're not fully conditioned to put up with harsh weather. And this Planket did a pretty good job, I'd say, keeping these plants alive in temperatures as low as even 25 degrees. I think it was 2 nights ago. It actually remained at 25 degrees for about 4 hours, and 27 degrees for the majority of the night. But it's done a good job. Our future forecast, this is why I made this video now, for this, at least this past next week, the nighttime temperatures are going to be in the high 50s and above, high 50s, 60s, and at least even one of the nights that predicted 70 degrees, over 70 degrees at night. So we're starting to move into those warmer springtime temperatures here in the part of Georgia where I live. You can probably see I have shade cloth out here now. So I have been using shade cloth during the day, because the direct sunlight, within a couple hours of these plants getting hit with direct sunlight, the first day that we had no overcast skies and the sun was beating down on these things, most of the plants were beginning to show stress. So I real quickly got this shade cloth out. If you remember the very first year I was making videos on super hot pepper plant growing. I had an enormous structure over here in the side of my yard, on the left side of this shed, and it was a wooden structure with shade cloth all around it. So I'm no longer going to be doing anything like that, because I was dumb enough to keep that shade cloth up all year round, and that I ended up learning from other growers you don't want to do that because it stunts the growth of the plants. But anyways, I'm using that right now to help harden off these plants. So right now I do have two 20 by 20 shade cloths. No, it's 20 by 10 shade cloths. I tried one of them, and there was still enough sun getting through to stress these plants out. And when I went ahead and put a second one up, I think these are actually 40% sunblock. When I put a second one up, it actually did a perfect job. So I'm gonna eventually, probably after at least a couple more weeks of doing the two of them, I'm going to remove one of them and force the plants to be able to put up with at least 40% of that sunlight. And then eventually, when temperatures actually, they stay consistently warm, all day and all night long, and it's getting sun, which, I mean, it's supposed to here anyways, I'll go ahead and finally remove the one shade cloth. So, and hopefully that'll help harden my plants off. But as of right now, you probably do notice there's way more plants out here now than there ever was before. That is because I have absolutely every single one of my plants from my grow box in my bedroom put out here, with the exception of those shorter, younger plants. That was 3 varieties that did not get put in my propagation unit to germinate until about a month and a half after the initial ones, which are these. So my Carolina Reapers, Dragon Breaths, and Yellow Murga Scorpions started a month and a half late. And since these were so much taller, they blocked out a lot of that light from my grow light. So the growth of those other 3 varieties were really slow. So now the ones in my bedroom are taking off really quick. They're growing extremely fast ever since all these got removed. So, but yeah, that's what I got going on. Oh, you probably even noticed I got my whole garden area mulched, black mulch laid down. And I purposely left a little spot right here. I just thought, just for aesthetics, I thought it looked really cool to at least have that one little spot in front of my door left bare. But anyways, that's what I have going on. So if any of y'all are looking up reviews to find out how well this Planket works, I can tell you, at least in my part of the United States, near Atlanta, Georgia, with the conditions here, it can at least put up with, it can protect your pepper plants from temperatures as low as 25 degrees. As I said, there was only 3 plants even affected or had any leaves affected, and only 1 plant actually lost most of its leaves. But it took nearly a week and a half of below freezing temperatures to finally do that. But this thing did a pretty good job. So anyways, I hope this helps, and I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will catch you in the next one.